Good afternoon, students. I hope you're all doing well. So, I'm Aritro Dasgupta, and I will be taking your session today. I had taken a session earlier today, so this is my second session of the day with you guys. Many of you I know were present in the morning as well. So today's class, I am going to discuss the best career options for PCM students, and I know that PCM students are already aware that engineering JEE, that is obviously one thing for them. But what about the rest? So if you can see this animation, I think this works very well. आपके पास चार रास्ते हैं. अब एक रास्ता जो सबसे ज्यादा आप लुकिंग फॉरवर्ड टू थे, वो आपके लिए अभी क्लोज्ड है. फॉर वेरियस रीजंस it is now closed for you. So how do you go ahead? That is the big question, and for that we are going to help you today. So this road is closed, but you still have couple of other routes, as you can see on this slide itself. But before we do anything, this is IPL season, this is cricket season, so अच्छे score की जिद always a good thing. Like Dhoni says, it's a good thing to do lalach for good things. So there's a 45% off we are giving. एजुकेशन में लालच करना कोई बुरी बात नहीं है. 45% ऑफ है. बस आपको ये कोड यूज करना है, मंत्रा 45. इसको यूज करिए, आपको 45% ऑफ मिल जाएगा. दिस इज अ लिमिटेड पीरियड ऑफर, सो गाइस प्लीज अवेल दिस नाउ इटसेल्फ. This is our board number we've shared at the bottom of the screen, 9650052904. So if you make use of this, mm, you can actually understand a lot of the things at Gradeup. So call us here and the counselor will help you what exactly does Gradeup stand for and what are the courses and what is the best for you guys right now. So my name is Aritro Dasgupta. I've been with Gradeup for about a month now. I've taken several sessions. I've taken some knowledge sessions, some strategy sessions. So it's a combination of the two that I'm going to take up here. Right. So what is PCM? You all know. P stands for physics, C for chemistry, and M for mathematics. These three are three of the toughest subjects. I was personally pretty bad at all of them, but I hope a lot of students attending today's class, they are actually from PCM background. There's this misunderstanding that they can only go for engineering after this, but that is not true. So let us understand things clearly. So in some parts of India, we also call them non-medical. So we have medical, which is PCB, physics, chemistry, biology, and there is non-medical, which is PCM. So it's a popular course option selected by candidates after class 12. There is a perception that students opt for PCM only if they aim to crack the JEE, but this is actually far from the truth. In fact, contrary to common perception, there are a lot of career opportunities available for PCM students right after their graduation. One of the most important ones which I wanted to highlight here is architecture. Bachelor's in architecture, the degree you receive is B.Arch. Okay? So it is a 5-year program. Engineering, remember B.Tech and BE, back in the day when my father did his engineering, they used to do a 5-year program. Uske baad it was reduced to 4 years. Now, of course, you have multiple exit options. That's a separate thing. But B.Arch remains a 5-year program. So PCM is compulsory for applying to this course. आर्किटेक्ट का रोल आपको मालूम है. कोई भी बिल्डिंग हो, कोई भी इमारत हो, it is ultimately constructed by the architect. The architect is the one who is the most important person. He or she has given us the design जिसके around it all takes place. A civil engineer's work is to actually go through and conduct the construction. The architect gives the overall design at the start of it. So in India, all architecture exams, they are facilitated by the NATA. That is the main examination to enter into architecture. It stands for National Aptitude Test in Architecture. Right, just like in law, you've got CLAT. In BBA, you've got the DU-JAT exam for DU. For engineering, you've got JEE. For medical, you've got NEET. Similarly, there is NATA when it comes to the National Aptitude Test in Architecture. Right. So that is one course which is an option for you guys. Another option is, now this is going to come as a surprise to many. It is actually law, BA LLB. Now many of you might wonder, why should a BA program be done by a science student? There's also this understanding that because laws are very subjective at times, and because law is so much about human thinking, it must be completely dominated by humanities students. It is true that humanities students do have some advantages here, and it is also true that lots of humanities students go for this topic. I cannot say they don't, because yesterday I took a very similar session for humanities students. Yes, humanities students are at a certain advantage, especially if they have pol science as a subject with them. Yes, no doubt. But the science students, you'll be surprised to hear, in the last couple of years at the NLUs, some of the toppers have been science students. In among the toppers who've reached the NLUs, right? So it is actually a great opportunity for PCM students. Now, if you look at the entrance exam, there is maths, although the level of maths may not be very tough, but there is maths. So if, and in fact, there's also logical reasoning. Logical reasoning is largely numbers oriented. So if you're good with numbers, which I'm assuming a PCM student would be reasonably good at it, um, you can definitely, even if you're not very good at maths, but if you are in PCM, the clat maths will be very easy for you. And also the reasoning part, which is largely number based, the logical reasoning part, not the verbal logic, but the logical reasoning, you will surely make it through. And of course, if you have that bent of mind, which is scientific, which is um, analytical, logical, definitely even the verbal part you can do. A lot of science students, now for example, there is the course, I'll mention that to you, within law. It's called patent laws. I'm not sure if you've heard of this term. It's called patent laws. So I'll just write it down for you guys. Patent. So patent laws are typically done by the science students, because patent होता क्या है? पेटेंट इज द कटिंग एज न्यू टेक्नोलॉजी जिसको गवर्नमेंट ने या किसी कोर्ट ने पेटेंट ग्रांट किया है. मान लीजिए कोई भी मेडिसिन हो, आजकल हम बहुत बात कर रहे हैं कोविड 19 वैक्सीन की, तो कोई भी कोविड 19 का वैक्सीन आया हो, अम, उसको कुछ सालों का पेटेंट मिलेगा, बिकॉज द कंपनी और द रिसर्च टीम विच has created this needs to get the protection for at least a couple of years. So during this period, nobody else can produce that same drug. So ये drugs best समझते हैं somebody with a science background, because somebody who's not from science background will not be able to understand what exactly this. So not just patent. Patent is part of something broader, which is intellectual property rights. So that is something definitely, one of the NLUs, the NLU in Jodhpur, which is in Rajasthan, that is especially famous for. They had actually started a BSc LLB as well. There weren't many takers, to be honest, but that is something you guys need to change. There are some BSc LLB courses all over the country. There are BCom, BBA LLB programs as well. So those are things where you guys will need to popularize. So it's up to you guys. It's a 5-year program. Technically in India, law is after graduation. So you should have ideally been doing a 3-year graduation in any field of your choice, followed by 3 years in the laws. That's what the traditional route was, but it's changed now. It's now a 5-year integrated program. That's a revolution the NLUs brought about. One can also go for pharmacy. Pharmacy is another very good option for science students, but I think that is more related to biology part. I'm going to take another session. What about PCB students? What if you can't make it to NEET? What are the other options that you may have? Right, this is another course, Bachelor of Journalism and Mass Comm. Some of you again might wonder, what is the science student going to do here? But then please understand that there are lots of scientific journals, scientific publications as well, news. If you are from a science background, you will understand. Now for example, the COVID vaccines. Now one of my favorite journalists is Mr. Shekhar Gupta, who runs the Cut the Clutter program on the Prince YouTube page. So Shekhar Gupta is a science grad. He's mentioned that himself several times. So that is why his understanding of the COVID vaccines and the overall COVID as a disease, COVID 19, and all the coronaviruses has been so much superior than so many other journalists. Also, I mean, a lot of the things within journalism, let's say politics or you don't always need a formal degree for that. So even if you're from science degree, science understanding, but you have a basic understanding of these things, you have a knack for these things, you can always use these. So the thing for you is, if you want to get into journalism, whether you're from science or any other course area, you need to read a lot. Please read newspapers, especially the editorial pieces. That is something without which it's going to be really difficult for you. So read the. Yes, hi Arman, great to have you here. Do let me know if you have any questions on these things. Arman, are you a PCM student by any chance? Um, I'm also keeping an eye on the YouTube page so that if there are any questions there. Right. So for this course, you don't need to be from any background as such. If you have done class 12 in any discipline, you can go for this. Anybody who wants a career in media. So again, journalism here does not only mean print media or radio or television. Nowadays, there's a lot of digital journalism. So digital के लिए photography बहुत जरूरी है, videography. A science student will have probably, again, not always, but somebody with a scientific bent of mind will understand how to use technology. आजकल technology के बिना the recordings is going to be very difficult. बिकॉज हम लोग जो फाइनल न्यूज देखते हैं दैट इज जस्ट वन साइड ऑफ इट, बट उसके पीछे का जो बैक एंड टीम है, देयर इज अ लॉट ऑफ वर्क दैट टेक्स प्लेस. सो दैट इज व्हाई वी डू नीड साइंस पीपल फॉर वीडियोग्राफी एंड वेरियस अदर थिंग्स. There's also PR, public relations. There's advertising again, science people, because a lot of times you're advertising chemicals. I mean, let's say soaps, for example, or let's say detergents, washing machines. If you understand the technology, it'll be much better. Do you need to be a science student for that? Probably not. Even a humanities student with a good understanding of technology can do that. But all I'm saying is a PCM student with a good bent of mind can certainly go for these courses. Another is hotel management. So some of you might wonder again here, where does hotel management come in? Now hotel management में बहुत सारी चीजें हैं. वो you have housekeeping, you got front office, marketing, finance, वो सब तो है. But एक और बहुत important part है is culinary, cooking. Now cooking, I know cooking is an art. We've all loved the food cooked by our grandmothers, our mothers, our fathers, maybe some of us could cook ourselves. We've all enjoyed food cooked by professional cooks who've come home, domestic help. But if you look at the highest end of restaurants and hotels, there is a proper scientific measurement behind them all. So for how long, for example, something as simple as how long the rice will be steamed, or how long a bread will be toasted, or how long, what kind of liquors to use when it comes to cocktails, for example, then what is the quantity of which drink to use. These are all scientifically proven and scientifically tested over a lot of tries. So if you are from arts or commerce background, definitely you can go for it. But a science student, I can assure you, will have a very good idea of the culinary side of what and which is why, in fact, some of you might be surprised, there was this component in NCHM till a couple of years back. It has just now been shelved. It was called scientific aptitude. My throat is not doing well, all these online classes. Anyway, so we had something called service aptitude that is still there. In fact, I'm going to take a class with you day after tomorrow explaining to you what exactly is service aptitude. But there's also a part which was called scientific aptitude. वो भी हटा दिया है. But the very fact that it was there until 3 years back, it means that there must have been massive demand for it. So people who used to clear these exams needed to have some idea of physics and chemistry. Right, a bit of biology as well. So definitely hotel management is something you can all consider. So we understand you guys are comfortable calling us, but at times you might even want to WhatsApp us. So for WhatsApp, this is the number I've shared with you, 93544999530. So please feel free to message us. If you send us a query, our team will get back to you. Right. We also have Bachelors of Business Administration. I've put up two slides for it because BBA is a very common program that a lot of science students go for. BBA also requires high level math, some of the exams, so not all of them. So for example, Symbiosis University, which is quite renowned, and Christ University, Indraprasth University, they do not have maths beyond class 10. They do not usually have questions, but some of the exams like NPAT, which is for the Narsi Monji University in Mumbai, or DUJAT, which is for several courses and several colleges in Delhi University, plus the 5-year Sorry, I'm so sorry. Plus the 5 year integrated programs we have at all these IMs, they do require a higher level of maths in the entrance examinations. So PCM mein, the M part is really critical. If you're good with maths, you definitely have a very good opportunity in these examinations. So law का मैंने बताया maths काफी आसान है, तो आपको फायदा definitely होगा if you're good at maths, but it is not a game changer. इसमें on the other hand, lot of students who might be very good in the other subjects, they do not do very well, and they do not even attempt these examinations because they are either not eligible or they know they're not very good at higher maths. So if you're good at maths, please go for this, especially the DUJAT and IPMAT examination. DUJAT is for Shahid Sukhdev in Delhi University. IPMAT is for IIM Indore and all the other IIMs which are offering the 5 year program. Arman, I think you've left. If there are any questions, do let me know. सो बीबीए में काफी सारे कोर्स ऑप्शंस है, फाइनेंस, मार्केटिंग, इकोनॉमिक्स, बिजनेस एनवायरनमेंट, रिटेल मैनेजमेंट, ब्रांड मैनेजमेंट, ये बड़े सारे ऑप्शंस है. सो ह्यूमन रिसोर्स मैनेजमेंट, ऑपरेशंस, सिस्टम्स, यू कैन गो फॉर एनी ऑफ दीज करियर ऑप्शंस. देख लीजिए एक बार स्लाइड, देन आई विल मूव ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट. ठीक है, I'll move ahead. Okay, there's also something called Bachelor of Business Economics. मैंने एक सेशन लिया था कुछ दिन पहले, आप लोग वो रिकॉर्डिंग देख सकते हैं, जिसमें मैंने समझाया था व्हाट आर द टेक्निकल डिफरेंसेस बिटवीन बीबीए, बीबीई, बीएमएस एंड बीएफआईए. बहुत ज्यादा डिफरेंस है नहीं इन चारों में, बट व्हाट वाज क्रिटिकल वाज इफ देयर इज अ 20% डिफरेंस व्हाट इट इज. तो आप प्लीज वो पीपीटी देख लेना. जस्ट सर्च ऑन ग्रेड अप ऑन यूट्यूब, आप सर्च दे देना, मेरा नाम देखिए अरित्रो दासगुप्ता, बीबीए वर्सेस बीबीई वर्सेस बीएफआई, आपको मिल जाएगा. दो तीन वर्ड्स डालने के बाद वो अपने आप सर्च ऑप्शन में यूट्यूब आपको दे देगा. सो बेसिकली आप थोड़ा डिफरेंस देख लेना. बट बीबीई अनलाइक बीबीए, सो बीबीए इज मोर जेनेरिक, बीबीई इज मोर टेक्निकल टुवर्ड्स इकोनॉमिक्स, obviously because economics, the name is there in the program. It also has accounts, finance, stats, maths. In पे काफी focus है. So if you're good at maths, and I would say even physics will help you, because there are some concepts from physics which even apply to these subjects, like statistics definitely, and the higher mathematics. There are some points which will come up. A lot of finance and accounts professionals, some of the best ones, they have also confirmed in the past how their knowledge of the basic sciences helped them navigate past these courses. So you can also go for economics honors. A lot of you, definitely, instead of going for this course, that is also an option. For that you need marks in class 12. Economics honors के लिए entrances है कुछ जगहों में, नरसी मंजी में, I think IP University में और Christ में है entrance exam. But a lot of the best colleges, especially in Delhi University, a lot of the best brands like St. Stephen's, SRCC, हिंदू कॉलेज, हंसराज, एलएसआर, इनमें आपका मेरिट बेस्ड है क्लास 12. सो इकोनॉमिक्स ऑनर्स करना है तो 12th में गेट एज हाई एज पॉसिबल. बट इफ यू वांट टू मेक इट वाया द एंट्रेंस एग्जाम रूट, देन बीबीई इज अ really good option. You need around 60% in class 12 as a basic parameter for sitting in them. There is also some weightage given to class 10 and 12 scores. There is also BFA, Bachelor of Fine Arts. Fine Arts is related to painting. So fine arts, visual arts, performing arts. Fine arts is painting, visual arts is to do with videography. Again, people with a good scientific who, this mobile phone, if you are master, mobile phone में बहुत कुछ है करने को. Unfortunately, most of the time we spend our time with useless chats on WhatsApp or posting on Facebook or YouTube में कुछ video देखना, or maybe TikTok videos. That was the rage some time back before the government banned it. But in case you can do something else, mobile phone में बहुत कुछ है करने को, so, technical things. So if you can do that, then visual arts very good for you. Performing arts is about dance. right? It's about dance and music, and there are proper degrees in Delhi University. These are generic courses, anybody can go, but definitely fine arts, because science में बहुत सारा drawing painting का रहता है, खास करके if you have that fifth subject engineering drawing या mechanical drawing. काफी लोग बोलते हैं mechanical drawing जिनके पास है उनके लिए architecture is a great option, and they can also go for fine arts because obviously they have that hand, वो हाथ सेट हो जाता है, geometry में कितना कुछ draw करना पड़ता है. सो अल्टीमेटली दो स्किल्स विल ऑलवेज हेल्प यू. रिमेंबर, लाइफ में कुछ भी आप सीखोगे कोई वेस्ट नहीं जाएगा. तो इवन अगर आपने साइंस किया उसके बाद आप पेंटिंग कर रहे हैं, painting is a lot about science. It is art, it's also science. So please understand, it's not an exact science, but science की बहुत सारी principles. If you look at some of the great painters historically, the Leonardo da Vinci's and Michelangelo's of this world, उनका painting is of course beautiful, but there is a lot of scientific part. अगर आप देखो a lot of the paintings, लियोनार्डो के पेंटिंग्स आप देखो, मैं यहां से देखूं तो भी सेम दिखेगा, यहां से देखो, इफ दैट पर्सन इज लुकिंग एट मी, यहां से भी ही लुक एट मी, यहां से भी ही लुक एट मी. सो इट्स अ लॉट अबाउट द साइंटिफिक अपील, द वे यू build it basically. So definitely people can go for this. NIFT and all are the best colleges. NIFT and NID, I think you've heard of them. So do let me know. So even if you're not watching this session live, you can always send me the recording. I mean, you can always watch it later on a recorded version. So that will also do. Okay, so Bachelor of Design or BDES in animation. This is a bachelor's degree undertaken to become an animator. Animator again, animation. Imagine what a complex task this is. Like, abhi it's still easier, but imagine back in the day when Tom and Jerry was created, everything had to be hand painted. There were computers, but hand painting से एक एक painting बना के they had to show it in rapid, quick succession. Back when Walt Disney created his stuff, for every one scene they had to create so many paintings and diagrams. So that was really really a lot of creativity involved in that. So again, nowadays computers are there to help us, but that does not mean so computer is an idiot box. Please understand, it does not think on its own. You have to make it think. So that is the thing, that this PPT is that's a dumb thing. I have to speak, I have to add ideas, right? So same goes with you. When you're creating an animation, it is your innate talent which will come out, right? So BDS is undergraduate program, anybody can go for this. Okay, Bachelor of Science in Hospitality and Travel. So this is not very different. मैंने पहले आपसे ये डिस्कस किया था BHM. So this is Bachelor's in Hotel Management, and this one is a BSc. The difference is not much. The only difference is that this is more of a science program. तो अगेन ऐसा नहीं कि इसमें ह्यूमैनिटीज या कॉमर्स का स्टूडेंट नहीं बैठ सकता, ऐसा नहीं है, बट इसमें फोकस थोड़ा ज्यादा साइंटिफिक चीजों में है, फोकस थोड़ा ज्यादा culinary arts पे है, जिसमें we call it an art, but there is a lot of science in terms of mixing the sauces, the liquors, and how to cook, the temperatures, the different methods of cooking, how barbecuing is done. There's a scientific ideal to it because you can't take chances when you're serving hotels in a 5-star, right? So that is the point about this. Okay, and finally, we also have BCom. BCom is obviously something where a commerce student has an advantage. I have mentioned that in point number 2. Preference is given, no doubt, because they have gone through technical subjects like accounting, economics, and business studies and mathematics. But at the same time, if you have got a good percentage, if any of you gets those really high marks in class 12th, 98, 99%, please, this is definitely an option for you guys. So it's a 3-year course, and all universities in Delhi provide this. There are also entrances. So some of the universities like Narsi Monji and IP University, they do have very good BCom honors programs there. So usme aap ja sakte hain. Nowadays, BCom Pass has also become quite popular. BCom Pass has been rebranded as BCom program, but of course, that is generally taken up by students who did not have maths in 12th. Although somebody with maths can go for it. So it's just that somebody without maths is also eligible, but you from PCM background can also sit for it. Percentage difference hardly 1-2 होता है, जहाँ BCom ऑनर्स का 96 है, प्रोग्राम का 94 या 5 होगा, तो बहुत ज्यादा डिफरेंस, बहुत ज्यादा अंतर नहीं है इनमें. Right, so I'm more or less done with the strategy part. I will show you a couple of generic slides, and of course, if you have any questions, please feel free. I have kept the slot open for you guys. I've shared our number at the bottom. This is a batch which is presently ongoing. The couple of teachers here, Rabia, who's a fellow GK teacher. We've got Ashutosh, who teaches quant. So there's also Sanojam, who teaches verbal. Extremely experienced faculty. So that's the team we've got. You will truly enjoy our courses for hotel management and BBA. So even if you're a science student, go for it. Right. So I've shared with you one number. There is another number I'm now going to share with you, 9319599244. तो इस पे भी आप कॉल कर सकते हैं. दोनों नंबर्स काफी बिजी है आजकल बिकॉज ऑफ द ऑब्वियस रीजंस. एग्जाम्स पास आ रहे हैं, काफी स्टूडेंट्स कॉल कर रहे हैं, एंड सो दिस इज समथिंग वेयर यू कैन रियली कम अप. सो दिस इज ग्रेड अप. सही प्रेप है तो लाइफ सेट है. दिस इज आवर this thing, tagline. So do subscribe your YouTube channel, and we have a YouTube channel, so many of you did watch this video from the YouTube channel. Bell icon press करना ना भूलिएगा, क्योंकि उसी से आपको notifications प्राप्त होंगी सारे classes के well before time. We are also there on Google Play. We have a Telegram channel as well, and Google Play पे Google Store जो है उस पे आप डाउनलोड कर सकते हैं हमारा ऐप. तो आप देख सकते हैं हमें काफी अच्छे रेटिंग मिले, 4.5 स्टार्स पे है हम. Sure, I'm sure we'll soon reach the full 5 stars. So once you've downloaded the app, you can practice topic-wise quizzes, and of course, you can keep attending the live classes. So do download the app for that purpose. Arman, if you have any questions, do let me know. Otherwise, I will wrap it up. As I said, we are also present on Telegram. So I'll keep it open for a couple of minutes in case students have any questions, and then we can wrap it up. Right. I can't really see any questions now, but no problem. Even if you're not attending a live session, recording में भी आप भेज सकते हैं मुझे questions. मैं अपने पुराने videos देखता रहता हूँ, तो कोई भी questions हो, I will be happy to answer them there. ठीक है. So till then, thank you so much, guys. Wonderful interacting with you all. Don't forget, tomorrow I'm taking 2 more sessions. कल same time, same place, 1 बजे I'm taking a similar session, but that will be for PCB students. Replace PCM with B and replace JEE with NEET. Tomorrow I'm taking that session. Day after tomorrow, I'll talk about service aptitude, which is a significant part of hotel management. Also, today morning, many of you must have attended. I took up the November current affairs session. That was part 2. Tomorrow will be part 3. Day after will be part 4, which is the last part. These are 4-part series. Same time again. That will also be at 11 a.m. Just like today, I had this at 11 a.m. Right. So till then, thank you so much, guys. See you all very soon. Oh, by the way, some student has just asked a question now. Uh, okay, it's good. मैंने close नहीं किया था. Okay, yes. N Yadav. Hi. मैं अभी ऑफ करने वाला था स्ट्रीम. So it's very good that you messaged right on time. So HMT का फॉर्म कब निकलता है? होटल मैनेजमेंट के फॉर्म सारे निकल गए हैं. Most of them are out. Some of them are yet to come out, but almost all of them are out. So please take them up immediately. Um, उसको आप please as soon as possible go for it. I'll tell you which are the good colleges. एक तो of course we have NCHM, सबसे important है, जिसमें सारे Indian Institute of Hotel Management covered है. There is also there's IHMs. You also have IIHMs. They are private. There are a couple of them. IIHM Kolkata is very good. Private में आपका ये भी आता है, मणिपाल यूनिवर्सिटी बहुत अच्छा है. There is Vedatya University in Gurugram. UPES is pretty good. So काफी options है. मणिपाल मैं personally काफी recommend करूंगा. But apart from that, you have Oberoi Group. That is not a university, but Oberoi का एक step training program है. ठीक है. So Mr. Yadav, N Yadav, I don't know what's your first name. So go for this step program. Oberoi's का. This is something which will help you immensely. ठीक है. Mr. Yadav, I hope I've been able to answer your question. But forms निकल गए. Please do not wait now. आप immediately जाइए websites पे और अपना registration कीजिए. You can call us at this counseling number. So Gradeup will also help you in form filling services. Nupur, welcome. Hi. So Nupur, do call us at the number. मैंने नीचे एक number share किया है, तो उस पे call कीजिए. They will help you with this. So Nupur, if you are in class 12 and if you are appearing for the exam this year, so बिल्कुल अभी time waste मत कीजिए. Straight away go for the form filling. और बताइए, any other questions, Nupur? Okay, Nupur, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed interacting today. कल हम सेम टाइम एक और सेशन करेंगे. दैट विल बी फॉर पीसीबी स्टूडेंट्स, बट ऑल्सो डू नॉट मिस माय करंट अफेयर सेशंस. कल 11 बजे. अभी आप रिकॉर्डिंग देख लीजिए. 2 सेशंस मैं ले चुका हूं नवंबर के, अक्टूबर के चारों ले लिए. कल मैं 11 बजे फिर से नवंबर करंट अफेयर्स सेशन करूंगा. दैट बी द थर्ड सेशन एंड डे आफ्टर विल बी द फोर्थ. सो दैट वे द होल मंथ विल बी कवर्ड एट one go. So till then, thank you so much. See you all very soon.